Hey, Tom here. Welcome to my channel, Tom Loves DIY. I was getting ready for a backpacking trip and putting my cook kit together. I've got a 850 milliliter Lixada titanium pot, really like that, a mug, and this that came with a Soto Amicus stove that I recently bought. A little upgrade from my old BRS that uses a lot of fuel and is terrible in the wind. But then I was looking for my pot lifter. It's kind of handy to, pull the lid off or grab the pot or mug. I couldn't find it. I'm not sure why it's gone. I've had it since, I don't know, the 1960s or maybe the 70s, depending on whether it came with my original Boy Scout cook kit or an Optimus 8R stove that I had back then. But it's gone, can't find it. So I looked online, and I can get a really cheap Wally Mart version for about $7. A nice aluminum one for $12 to $15, or even a carbon fiber pot lifter. So rather than do that, I thought this is a DIY opportunity. So I'm going to go inside and see what I can put together from the scraps that I've got lying around near my workbench. I'd like you to come along. So let's go in. So I've drawn a couple of the parts in paper. This is the inside piece. There'll be two of these, one on each of the outside. This grips on the inside of the pot and this pushes on the outside. And I've kind of estimated where the pivot point is going to be. So I'll cut these out and just see how close they are. This isn't too bad. I think the position for the axle is just about right. Kind of playing with it here, I can see how it's going to come together at this point, if it's going to fit on the pot properly. So I'll transfer this to cardboard and do some more testing. When I'm doing something that's a little complicated or maybe has some moving parts, I like to first draw it on paper, and I've done that pretty good. So I've transferred it to cardboard, and now I can see with this approximate position of the axle that will go through just how this moves when it's clamped down. Where are the pieces and how are they oriented? I have a 850 milliliter pot. This is what I use on my hiking trips. And I can also take this and get an idea how it's going to fit on there. And that's pretty good with just, I think, a little bit of material taken out right here. I mean, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Next, I transfer this to wood. So I've got a wooden version made, and this might end up being the final. Moves pretty good, and grabs a pot and holds it extremely securely. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Right now, it's held together with a old brass screw post, and I haven't completely put it together. I've got a little scrap in there to give me the separation I need so that this can move. But, it works pretty well. I'll finish it up, maybe drill some holes in there to lighten it up a tiny bit. I've got the aluminum bar stock I need to do it, but this might just work. I'm also very curious how much this is going to weigh, so I'll be back in a little while and give you that info. The build is done. There it is. Made from 3/16 inch plywood. Got this one little screw post here. You can get them at pretty much any hardware big box home improvement store. Usually they're aluminum. I happen to have this one laying around. And this thing works really well. I can grab a pot, holds on extremely well. Let's see, take a look at that. Works with this style as well. So, little mug, grab that, I'm really happy with this. Weighs just over 1 ounce. I think it's 1.1 ounces, maybe a little less. Drilled 3 holes in the bottom. Got to save those grams, you know. But that also, you know, gives you something to hold on to. This is about 4.5 inches long and 1.5 inches in this direction, and just about 1/2 inch across. I'm going to take it apart and give it a good coating of urethane to protect it, but I think I've got a great replacement for my 50-year-old pot holder that went missing. Hey, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe, maybe click the like button if you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you out on the trail.